Welcome, everybody, to our first of 2021 Commissioner's Office Hours under District Commissioner Lou Feliciano. Pretty much all of you here already met. So I think we want to start. So as any scouting meeting should start, we want to start with our safety moment. So what is an official scouting activity? So official scouting activity will be consistent with the values, charters, and bylaws and rules and regulations of the Boy Scouts of America. So things basically that will be in our literature, books, training materials, and policies that are put out by the BSA and looks to develop character, physical and mental awareness and fitness. Oops, too far. A few things that you want to ask yourself when you're planning a scouting activity to make sure it's an official scouting activity is it age appropriate? Is it age and rank appropriate? Right? We're not going to put something too strenuous, too much physical activity on Cub Scout, but it might be appropriate for older Scout BSA youth. If you're planning activities that fall outside the program, you look at the handbook, see what the program requires, etc. And make sure that you know what part of the book or handbook you are tailoring that activity during that weekend's activity. And if you have any questions, there are volunteers like us, commissioners, and professionals like Jason that are always here to answer your questions. Here are a few resources that you can always link back to: the unauthorized and restricted activities, activity planning and risk assessment forms, age-appropriate guidelines, and the guide to safe scouting. So now going to the one of the most important updates is that it is rechartering season again. It's a wonderful time. So all the key 3 for your units should have received an email to kickstart the rechartering. If you have not received this email, please reach out to Jason. Our district deadline for rechartering is February 15, 2021. It is possible to do everything online. Something that Jason has been very focused on, if there are any position changes, it's better to coordinate with him those position changes before the rechartering. It's a lot easier submitting a page with a change of position than filling out new paper applications. So you have people in your units that are changing positions. It's better to submit that before the actual rechartering, so you don't have to submit a bunch of paper applications or try to track down paper trail, especially now that we're doing a lot more things virtual. A few updates from National. In 2020, they were given a lot of extensions, so due to COVID. Those extensions due to COVID are no longer being given out, but COVID could be a reason to grant a new extension under the new scheme. So extensions for Eagle, Summit, or Quartermaster ranks are no longer given from the National Council. They first go to the local council to be approved under the circumstances that will be laid out on the new Guide to Advancement. The new Guide of Advancement, the 2021 edition, is still not out. This is the process being finished, but these sections that you can see on the slide are already published on scouting.org. So if you go scouting.org/advancement, you can find the detail for these and all the nuances and different forms that you need to fill out to be able to qualify. And in our council, it will still be the same email that we've been using to reach out for any Eagle extensions. Another update from the National Council, the proposed Eagle Scout required diversity, equity, and inclusion merit badge has been delayed so the previous timetable that we're working on releasing the requirements in December, having scouts earn the badge from now January, and then make it Eagle require in May. That timetable is no longer in place. They're taking in additional feedback from for the merit badge. Once it is approved, there will be sufficient time for scouts to earn it before it is required for Eagle. As soon as we have more information, we will be able to tell you more. If you have any comments or anything that you want to reach out, there's the Office of the Chief Diversity Officer. You can reach out to that email and you can send any questions or comments. A few GNYC updates. I think, Tim, maybe you want to talk a little bit more about this one. But our TRex virtual training extravaganza starts in January 23, and it seems it's going to be a few days of online training that's going to be available. And if you go to the link, you can already sign up to get information once the courses are published. Right, Tim?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add? Yes, we can hear you.
It's we're going Saturday, January 23rd through Thursday, January 28th. In the evenings, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30 are the start times for the 3 periods each evening. There will, if we're aiming at 3 sessions per period, in essence, 9 sessions per evening. So we'll see where we land. I'm actually trying to code them and look through the scheduling and set that up today and tomorrow and try and get a catalog out in a couple days.
That sounds great. If everybody in the call that might not know, Tim is the training chair for GNYC, so he's a big boss in this one.
Or something like that.
Yes.
I just signed up.
Another thing that to keep in your calendar, conditions permitting, is the Big Apple Jumbo. It's something that's been in the works for a few years. I know it will be great if we can have it, if we're able to have it, but you can go to that link on newyorkcityscouting.org. You find Big Apple Jumbo, sign up and start getting updates as they become available. But that's something that's good for your units to start putting in your calendar to make sure you're able to attend if we are able to have it. This slide that we previously shared, I just want to bring it up again to people if you're struggling to find resources, especially for the Cub Scout program. The National Council has put on this den leader videos. They're instructional for den leaders. They're not meant for youth. They're a little bit boring, but it can give you as a den leader a lot of ideas of what to do with Cub Scouts right now. Again, this is something that we previously shared, but we continue to offer Scout book support. So please reach out to us and we can set up a one-on-one conversation. Something I do want to highlight from this is the new PayPal functionality. It's been around for a few months now, but especially right now, if you need to collect dues for your rechartering, it could be a good way to be able to collect them electronically instead of trying to mail checks or gather some cash to get those fees, those dues paid. Something very important, especially now that we are meeting a lot more virtually. It's hard to do too many outdoor activities, especially with the weather. Is having a new member coordinator. This person will basically be the glue of your unit to welcome new families and make them feel that they belong in their units. If anybody wants to talk more about this position, I'm more than happy to have a one-on-one conversation with anybody.
Quick question regarding that position.
Yes.
What if your unit is very small, and you know my unit's very small,
Mhm.
and you have multiple leaders doing multiple positions? I mean, can we kind of include that position throughout different leaders at this point? Because with COVID,
It could be. The ideal solution would be, especially if you have a parent that is not involved right now, this is a great first position for a parent that's still not involved.
Or what if you have to try to get involved and, there's only some of you that want to and some that, get those that don't want to do anything?
Yeah, that's a little bit more different, but in the general sense, it's something that's good first position to get parents involved in scouting. But certainly we can look more into the specific of your unit.
Yeah.
I don't want a conversation with movies and the rest of the pack.
That's why I'm not bringing everything right now. So
yeah, that's good. Something that can be also useful, and you can do it pretty much now year round, is popcorn, especially if you're doing it online instead of getting people to order a one point and submit a big order. You having to go pick it up. You can contact Sam Howard, and he can help you set up a page and a link where you can basically sell popcorn online and fundraise for your unit, and the popcorn will be shipped directly to whoever buys it. And another resources, a few other resources are the national website that they have for COVID resources. We have a GNYC webpage. It's pretty useful to know what things are allowed, and it also has links to the different zones for New York City and how they evolve and what will be allowed depending on what zone. So it's good to always take a look at that before having an in-person activity. We have the Commissioner Program Support Resource page. That's a wealth of information of other councils, what they do, and our own district Facebook group that I believe everybody here is part of.